Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. In pursuit of a stolen magical object, Stormwood and Associates Field Team 623 stepped into a tear between realities and vanished. They found themselves trapped in another plane, facing a reality that was not their own, and driven to avoid dark forces they don't understand. And so, Team 623 finds themselves leaping from world to world, striving to put right what they find wrong, and hoping each time that their next jump will be the jump home. Stormwood and Associates stars Celeste Startwin as Dee, Jen Prock as Obi, Trey Dorn as Amy, and Kyle Johnson as Liz Stormwood. Our electric truck driving heroes emerge through the whatevers between universes. And Dee, I assume you're driving this very awkward and uncomfortable lot of people. All things considered with their most recent experiences. The truck emerges not on a road, but in just a bunch of like a field. You are driving across like what looks like the scorched remains of grains. Like there's been a large fire here, but you're like the middle of a field and there's been some sort of large fire wherever you are.
Huh. Okay. This is not exactly inviting.
No, it's put the damn truck in off-road mode.
Oh, yeah.
You actually found the button. Awesome. That's like the first time?
Yeah. I eventually get good at what I do, usually.
All right.
Mostly.
Are you continuing forward?
Continuing forward.
Okay, so
this is terrifying.
All right, so so it's not like that the whole landscape is burnt. It's just like you are in a large burnt patch. That becomes more apparent. Is like you've been kicking up dirt as you've been driving, because you are literally just driving through like it's like something burned a huge portion of a farmer's field. And eventually off in the like to the sides you see grain at a distance, and it is like narrow, like the burned portion is narrowing.
Okay. Well, it's isolated. That's good.
And eventually you are about to hit some grain.
I'm gonna try to find some like clear space that I can actually kind of see where I'm going.
Okay, so as you drive, eventually are you gonna turn around or look for another route?
I guess I'm gonna,
because effectively what's happening is up ahead of you is it's like wheat. You think maybe? I don't know. How much does Dee know about farms?
Not a lot.
Grain. All right, so roll me a D10.
Eight.
Okay, you're certain it's not cabbages. It's probably wheat.
All right, I'm gonna try to find a better opening that's like I can drive on.
Okay. Or you could just we could get like a higher view maybe?
Yeah, I guess.
like, you start, like, effectively circling around and, like, the edge of the... Like, are you just, like, gonna circle the edge looking for an opening in the grain? Like the edge of the burnt-out section? Looking for...
Basically.
Yeah, okay. If you pull over, I've got an idea.
Oh, okay, sure, fine. He pulls over.
All right, Amy gets out of the truck, starts fiddling around in the back of in the truck bed, digging into a bin. She pulls out a small black device, raising her hand in the air while she's holding this is that she snaps her fingers, and coiling out of kind of blackened air, the form of a bird appears perched on her hand. It is like a large raven made of onyx.
What the biscuits?
It's just a spell. Chill out.
That is not a normal spell. That is a bird. You just pulled a bird out of the dashboard.
Yeah. No, I pulled it out of the ether.
Not better.
She literally, like, hands the small black device that she had pulled out of that truck to the bird. The bird takes it in its talon and flies off into the air. Amy pulls out her smartphone and just, like, holds it up to you. And you see is the device that the bird is holding is a camera.
That's clever.
Yeah, it's just
That's
a
cool,
Wi-Fi
at least.
camera, and you just, like, have I just summoned a creature. This is not, like... I've known how to do this for a while.
You have never pulled a bird out of the dashboard before.
I didn't pull out of the dashboard. I held my hand. I was outside of the truck. I held my hand in the air. I summoned the creature from the
It's just
ether.
magic. It's normal.
I know you don't remember the last few times I did this, but I've done this a bunch.
Dashbird.
While this is all happening, Obi has opened the sunroof. That's what it's freaking called. And is, like, standing on the seat and, like, looking around, trying to see what he can see.
All right. Do you want to roll me a d10?
Yeah. 5.
You definitely see the bird.
It's a really neat bird.
Thank you.
It looks cool.
Thank you. All right, and eventually it, like, after a little bit, Amy holds up the thing to D. Looks like there's a break in, like, there's a road about, like, if we had gone, like, the exact opposite direction when we came out of the rift. If we want to go that way, I think that we can, it looks like there's somewhere to go at least.
That way it is.
As you...
turns.
Yeah. All right. Just leave the sunroof open. And as you start driving that way, the bird, like, effectively lands in the front seat. And Amy takes the bird looks at you.
Feelings mutual, feather breath.
This thing is, like, made of, like, shards of black glass, pretty much.
I know what I called it.
And it's just sitting up in the front seat now. Everybody, this is Onyx. Onyx has met all of you before, but you don't remember him.
Was that during our memory loss time?
Yes.
Oh. Nice to meet you again, Onyx.
Bird kind of bobs its head.
Did we have a better dynamic pre-memory loss? Good to know.
No.
Dashbird.
It's gonna take a bite at you, D. What's
Hey,
your
I'm
dodge?
driving. My dodge? Okay.
Yeah.
That's swiftness plus level?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, it should be pretty high. I don't think it's gonna hit.
I was
you.
about to say, yeah, it's an 11.
Yeah, it misses. But it technically made like a bite at you.
Driving.
All right, eventually you get the truck to a dirt road. And so you are, it is a dirt road that kind of passes between a couple of fields.
This is either a horror movie or a country music video waiting to happen.
So to give you guys some context, so like as you guys are you're in like farm fields, but in the distance down the road, you see mountains, and the sky is blue with some nice white fluffy clouds. The road, it does not. So the road is dirt, but it has wagon ruts kind of grooved into it. Like this is a well frequented road, but not by motor vehicles.
Huh. What do you guys think? Follow the road?
I mean, where else are we gonna go? How much time do we have to be here?
That's a good question. What does it say?
2 weeks.
Oh.
I mean,
That's pretty good. I'm about
yeah,
good
that's
with
not
2
as bad
weeks.
as 6 months.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Heck, if we need to camp out for 2 weeks, that's really not that bad.
Yeah. And I mean, these look like, these are cultivated fields. There's a road that looks like it's used. Like, people live here.
Well, maybe we can find some people who, are cool to hang out with, or more likely have some reason that they need help. Do our wandering samurai thing, hang out, and then head off on our next adventure.
Yeah. Find a place where we can have separate rooms.
Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
No,
No knocks to you, Obi. You're an awesome roommate.
Thanks.
No problem.
All right, as you drive down the road, eventually you come upon a small village. It is the houses. You see houses with thatch roofs and built out. Some of the houses have thatch roofs, some of them have shingled. Couldn't find a word in my head for a minute. Some are thatched, some are shingled. Big, large wood beam construction. Very much more, maybe almost a Ren Fair vibe.
Oh.
You see a few people walking straight. It's not a huge village. There's probably only about 10 buildings here, but there is what appears to be an inn. It says the Quick Smoke Tavern.
What do these people look like?
You mostly see humans. You see a couple of. There's 1 or 2 elves on the street. There's a dwarven blacksmith, operating out of one of the buildings, just hammering on something.
Oh, thank God, somewhere normal.
Would we equate them to a particular time period in our own universe?
Very medievally. That's why I was like
Ren
Fair
Fair.
vibe.
Yeah.
Well, Ren Fair.
But like vaguely, like you can't really attribute it to any one specific time period, but like
Okay, because Ren Fair spans from like the
I know.
1200s to like the 1600s.
I
It's
picked
so wide.
I picked that term specifically.
Okay.
Like none of these people are wearing outfits that would necessarily place them in one of those specific time periods, but it's
Okay,
somewhere
so
in
it's
those time periods.
Cool.
Like you're pretty sure you're not in a past that your world had.
Okay. Cool.
You get a few,
Well, Obi's excited.
you guys are getting a few looks with the truck, but no one's like freaking out. Like people look confused, but not scared.
That is both encouraging and deeply disturbing.
Yeah.
Is anyone else noticing that they don't seem to care about the truck?
I'd rather they not care about it than they care about it.
Like mostly you're seeing like horses and like there are some stables and yeah.
I mean, we've been to a place where they had like automatic carriages. This is basically what this is. Maybe they've seen that. I don't know.
Or maybe they've just seen magic before and magic doesn't freak them out, and so they're just assuming that it's some sort of magic they hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. We'll go with that assumption.
See, you have the context of knowing what a truck is, so it seems like it would be weird to you being them, but they don't have the context of knowing what a truck is, so it's like just curious.
Yeah, I mean, if you live in a world where you have wagons and there is magic, if you see a wagon moving on its own with people in it, you're gonna assume, oh, someone made a magic thing.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Should we pull over and meet the locals?
Maybe we should try to get a room at the inn.
That seems
Couple
like a
rooms.
solid idea. God, I wonder what kind of payment they take. Oh, guess there's one way to find
I
out.
was gonna say, I got an idea, but we'll see how well it pans out. I'm assuming you're pulling over at the inn.
Yeah, I'm gonna find somewhere that looks like it would be out of people's way, though. I mean,
All right, so
Not a total
it's
bitch.
not a huge town. There's nothing behind the inn. Like there's
Oh, okay.
a dirt field and there's like stables back there, but like it's like there's plenty of places you could put this thing and not have them in the way as long as they're not on the main street.
cool. All right, I pull over by the inn.
All right.
All right, adventure.
So we
All right.
get out.
All right, you get out. I'm assuming you're going into the Quick Smoke.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you enter the Quick Smoke Tavern. There are a few people here, but not a lot. It's a decent sized inn though. I mean, it's the middle of the day. There's a couple of people drinking behind the bar. There is a very familiar looking redheaded elf who looks up when you come in, but just, continues to, clean a glass in a very stereotypical way. Welcome to the Quick Smoke Inn and Tavern.
Okay, how much does this elf look like my old boss?
Exactly.
Oh my
Hair's
god.
different. It's fee. Amy just walks up to the bar, puts something down on the counter, and just looks at, Fiona, because you know her name, but she doesn't know you know her name, and just says, "What will this get me?" Fiona takes a moment, looks down at the bar, looks back at Amy and says, well, I mean, frankly, that might get you the whole bar. Amy just goes, okay, well, how about we start a tab, and you can pay me back whatever you think is fair before we leave. Fiona just slowly grabs whatever Amy put down on the bar, slides it back behind it into her pocket, and goes, okay, so is all four of you together then?
Yeah, I mean, if we can have separate rooms, that'd be cool.
Yeah, great. No, I've got, we have 6 of our rooms are open right now for the private rooms, and I'm assuming none of you want to go in the bunk room. So yeah, no, you can take 4 of those. Fiddles around behind the desk, tosses out a couple of like old wrought iron keys with tags on them.
Nice. Okay.
Great.
That's
Wonderful.
a start.
Thank you. What did you give her?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
What? Seriously? We're just gonna leave it at that? Okay, fine, whatever.
None of you asked, like, none of you tried to look when she was doing it, so. I mean, if someone wants to say that they tried to look, I'll let you roll and see if you could see what it was.
I want to roll.
Okay.
D is curious to
Roll me a
fault.
d10.
Oh, fuck.
Shit. 4.
You have no idea. It was shiny. You know it was shiny.
So you're part of it's something shiny, but you won't tell us?
You wouldn't know what it was anyways, and explaining the context is just work.
Okay, fine, whatever, because we all know that not telling me things, that's worked out really well. Birds out of nowhere.
You literally
It's magic.
You know that I can do stuff. You know I have a degree in this shit. Just because I've never used a spell before in front of you doesn't mean I don't know how to use a spell.
I don't know what the average magic person can do. Do I look like I went to college?
Also, frankly, I've done this. Look, just because you don't remember that I've done the spell before in front of you, I've done the spell a bunch of times in front of you before.
Oh yeah, great. Hold it against me that I have amnesia.
No, I'm not holding it against you, but you're holding it against me.
Whatever.
Let's just cool it. Let's get settled or whatever.
Fine by D.
Did you just say fine by D?
Yes, I did.
Was that D or
Deal
was
with
that
it.
Celeste?
That was D.
That was
Okay.
D saying it. There was because Celeste did it in the D voice, not in Celeste's voice. That was.
Yeah, because Dee's got a weird relationship with God. I thought we established this.
Anyways, as you guys have settled in and you've now have keys to rooms in this inn, an old man busts through the tavern door. The dragon got my cows again! The damn dragon got my cows!
Oh, okay.
Obi's eyes are instantly lit up. And he is starting to vibrate with excitement.
Garth, the did the dragon get your cows? Or did you leave the gate open again?
No, it was the dragon. He flew down from the sky and picked them up one at a time and just dropped them. Didn't even eat them.
I'm sorry, did I hear that a dragon just murdered your cows for no reason?
Well, I don't know what reasons the dragon has to do anything, but he just dropped my cows.
Call to adventure.
He flew down out of the sky, coming out of the mountains. He picked up my cows, threw them up high, dropped them, sometimes on top of another cow.
That would be more efficient, yeah.
Then he just left, but I don't have any cows. How am I supposed to feed my family?
You don't... Garth, you have like 3 cats.
Cats need milk.
And you had like 3 cows.
Cows make milk.
This is
You run a pawn shop.
Still need my cows.
Wait, how many cows are we talking?
Well, all 3 of them. Bessie, Nessie, and Messie. They're
Okay.
all sort of missing now.
Great. I'm gonna go check out my room. Can I get a key?
I thought they handed. Here it is.
Amy already handed you a key.
Oh, okay. Great. I'm gonna go check out my room. Thank you.
We're not gonna go fight the dragon.
What?
We're not gonna go fight the dragon. Can we go fight the dragon?
We haven't been asked to go fight a dragon.
You could fight the dragon? Oh, are you the witch who was driving the big chariot thing?
No, I'm not the witch.
Please.
Amy's just literally sitting there with a bird made out of black glass sitting on her shoulder.
I mean, we do have a really powerful, like, magician, like, right here with us.
The old man goes up to D.
Are you the witch who could go fight the dragon?
Oh, definitely not. That is not the kind of magic I practice.
What kind of magic do you practice?
You're a little too old for me to show it.
Wow, ages.
I'm only 47.
But you're not my type, bud. You're just not my type.
I don't believe I romantically propositioned you, young lady.
That's the only way you get to find out about my magic. Yakety schmackety yuck. Anyway.
Fiona just stands behind the table and taps the sign that says no prostitutes.
I am not a prostitute.
I don't... You know, you're saying stuff, and... I'm just saying, like, there's a brothel the next town over if you want to do that kind of work, and we have an agreement that we're not letting... We have a non-competitive agreement with them.
I promise you that I don't do that kind of work.
I'm just saying that, like, I'm not getting into a turf war with my neighbors just so you can fill your pockets.
Listen, bud, if I did that kind of work, then I wouldn't be broke all the time. Anyway...
I don't know how bad you are at your job.
I'm phenomenal at my job. The driving job.
Seeing that his tactic is not working on Liz, Obi has sidled up to Amy.
Can we fight the dragon?
I mean,
You could fight the dragon?
The old man's looking at you, Obi. You're openly asking to fight the dragon. Yeah, Fiona's just behind the bar. Yeah, there's a dragon. There's a mountain dragon. It's been kind of a pain in the ass lately. It's been burning some crops, killing some livestock. It's not great.
I mean, Obi's been trying to persuade them, like, under his breath. and be a little, like, secretive about it.
They killed my cows!
But he's, like, nudging Amy. Please. I can't do it without you.
Amy kind of looks at you and just sort of like, I don't know, maybe? I'm not going just you and me against a dragon, kid.
I mean, I'm down.
I'd rather we not get involved, but if you all are going, then I'm going.
We gotta be here for 2 weeks, Liz. How do we not get involved?
Do you want to be waylaid by a dragon for 2 whole weeks? No.
I don't know. It's asking Liz to think about someone other than herself in a moment is maybe a little too much for her.
That's mean.
And Obi runs over to the old guy, to the guy, and he's like,
We'll help you with your dragon problem.
Well, gee, that's great. He hands you a piece of paper. This is the effective cost of all of my cows that he killed. If you could go present the dragon with this bill and he could pay it, it would be really great. He walks off.
Wait, you're asking us to... Huh.
I don't know.
You're
Serving a dragon.
I don't know how dragons work. I run a pawn shop. I had 3 cows for a side business, and now they're dead.
Okay.
My address is on the bill. He leaves.
Thanks. We'll get in touch with you when the job's done.
So, like, wait, this is like a talking dragon? We're gonna try to get reimbursement from the talking dragon?
I don't know.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, it might be. I know how dragons work.
I don't want to sell this guy short. He might be wiser
I know
than
how
he appears.
sea dragons work, but they said mountain dragon. There hasn't been a mountain dragon where we live for since the 1850s.
Obi has taken his piece of paper and has gone over to Fiona to ask more about mountain dragons and this one in particular.
Okay.
Hey, so,
Yeah.
where does the
Pouring a glass of
dragon
milk.
Thank you. Where does the dragon live exactly? Where can we find it?
So, I mean, the dragon, it comes down from the mountains that are to the north of town. I don't know. It's been spotted near the old dwarven mines, the abandoned ones.
Okay.
Because, it's that whole thing. It's the old dwarven stormhold that's been abandoned for like the last century or so.
Okay. That sounds about right.
They say the dwarves of Oz are not dug too deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get that. Happens all the time. Do you know what color it is and how big it is?
Oh, yeah. So it's black.
Black. Okay.
And it's dragon sized. It's big.
Oh, dang. I mean, I've heard of like different size dragons.
Well, I don't know. This is the
But
only dragon
This
I've
one's
ever
big
seen.
enough to pick up a cow, so.
Yeah, no, this is. Yeah, it's I don't know.
So it's good dragon sized. Awesome.
Wingspan's bigger than my inn. I don't know.
Good to know.
big dragon.
I've only ever seen it up in the sky. I haven't seen it up close. I'm kind of guessing.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Well, thanks. Goes back over to the team. Well, it's a black dragon. It lives up in the mountains. She said it was, well, did you hear what she said? It was by the abandoned dwarf mines.
Dragon and dwarf mines. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
A little cliche, but I dig it.
So, are we ready to go fight a dragon yet, or
I want to check this out.
we need some
I'm
soup?
definitely down for dragons. I don't know if I necessarily want to fight a dragon, but I am down for dragons.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna go get my cloak.
Yeah, let's go fight a dragon.
Where the hell are we going?
Obi leads y'all like out of the inn and back to the car.
Okay.
Because they said dwarf mines north of town.
So, okay, in the mountains north, the as you look north, there's a whole range of mountains that go across. Like, have you ever seen the Rocky Mountains?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of like that across the horizon. Like, they're not like it's not so far that they're like on the horizon, but like where you're close enough where they are huge. Like, they are these huge mountains, but there's a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
Liz goes back inside, goes up to Fiona. Hi, we would be interested in maybe getting someone to guide us to near where the dragon might be, if that's possible. Do you know if anyone would know that?
You need a guide to the sorry guys. You need a guide to find the abandoned dwarven mines of Azeroth.
We're not from around here.
Yeah, no shit. And I don't have ice. All right, so if you go talk to Greg, the blacksmith, he might know. I know it's a stereotype. He's a dwarf. I don't know exactly, but like in theory, they pass down in the oral tradition of the dwarves of where the stupid stuff like that is. I don't know exactly. Like, I just know what people tell me. But Greg's the one who told me that he thinks the dragon's coming from the abandoned mines of Azeroth.
Okay. What's your deal?
What do you mean?
You're weirdly consistent. What's your deal?
We just met.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're basing the
I didn't
idea
ask
of
for ice.
consistency from.
Why did you say that?
Because
that
you
thing
look
about
like
ice?
because I'm looking at the way you're dressed, and you look like you're like from Geldenfell or something like that, and they're all fancy with their ice makers and stuff. And last time I had some city person like you in here complaining about how there wasn't ice in their drink or some other such bullshit. I'm just setting expectations because you guys come rolling in as these high rollers slapping down. Like, she like pulls out this lovely tennis bracelet. Throwing down stuff like this, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll take your money, but I am trying to set expectations.
Okay. Thank you.
You have never seen that tennis bracelet before, but
Right.
it is the exact sort of thing that you think looks great.
Yeah.
It's your taste.
Hmm. Great. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Okay.
She goes back out.
Fucking
So we need to find Greg.
Who's Greg?
This guy who knows about the dragons.
Okay, so like, what direction do we look in for Greg's?
Where did she say? What did you say about Greg?
Said he was the blacksmith.
Yeah, okay. Blacksmith.
Oh, that guy.
Obi just points.
Yeah, no, he's right there. It's the open blacksmith. I mentioned it earlier. It's
Wait,
just,
do we know that this Greg guy knows, or are we just assuming because he's a dwarf he knows dwarf things? Because that feels kind of
Fiona
racist
said
to me.
he's the one who.
Liz, you say it because I wasn't there.
No, Fiona told me that he knows about the dragon, and it said it was the dragon was from the mine. So we need to talk to him to, find the mine.
Stormwood and Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Fey Wild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game. So, an actual play game like this one, but in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Fey Wild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.